A few months back, a few of my fellow filmmaking YouTubers got together in a recent video on the Film Guys channel and shared what they wanted to see in future camera releases. And this is actually a topic for a video I wanted to make myself a while back, and I actually wrote a script of it earlier this year. So here I am giving my 2 cents as a fellow camera nerd on what I would like to see camera manufacturers do in the filmmaking and video camera space. And I've tried to think a little bit differently, so I won't be mentioning the obvious stuff like more internal NDs, more dynamic range, and all the regular stuff that you hear. Right, first up is in-camera simulation. We've got sensors that are so good now, like the incredible ones found in the Alexa 35 and Red's V-Raptor X, that I actually think simulating older digital cameras, and of course film, in camera could be an awesome addition. Imagine being able to load up a profile in your camera that simulates the colour, dynamic range, and even rolling shutter of a camera you want the aesthetic of. This could be different digital sensors and of course film stocks. Kinda like what Arri have done with the Alexa 35 and Fujifilm have done with the Eterna, but more comprehensive. The idea of film simulation in camera is probably pretty common now, but digital sensor simulation, I think less so. Over the years, digital cameras have had different looks. Take Red's Dragon sensor, Sony's FS7, or Arri's original Alexa, which all have very distinct image characteristics that could be used for period pieces or because you just want the look of that camera. When it comes to film simulation, I would love to see tunable film grain and other film characteristics like halation in camera. Being able to control all of these parameters and burn them straight into your footage would make for some excellent end-user customization. It would also help keep control of the image closer to the camera operator or DP, as you could burn all of this in, giving less control to an editor or colorist. And of course, it could save you loads of time in post having to play back heavy processed clips and, of course, rendering it. I actually think this could be taken a step further, and we could even see the addition of lens and filter simulations in camera. With plugins like Lens Node and Scatter showing how powerful lens and filter simulation in post is now, it would be amazing to see these types of tools being implemented in camera, though I am unsure of how the licensing side of using the looks of branded filters and lenses would work for larger camera brands. But it would be pretty damn cool if this was a thing. Imagine being able to dial all of this in. You could capture some really interesting imagery that wouldn't require loads of post-processing, just ready straight out of camera. One thing that I think kind of gets glossed over a bit online are cameras' actual usability and the finer details of a camera's menu system. There are many systems now that have weird little settings and menu features that you can't use with another. I also really dislike it when cameras grey out a menu portion or function but don't tell you what is stopping you from using that thing. A perfectly designed camera wouldn't have any of these weird menu quirks. It would just work and get out of your way as much as possible while you're shooting. I think some camera brands are better than others at this, but I think every single brand has stuff that they could improve on here. Layered or tiered menu systems aren't a new idea. Cameras like the Sony FX5 have 3 layers to its menu, which I really like. However, I think this could be taken a step further, especially on the much lower end of the camera market. With how many people are getting into creating video online now, I think mirrorless and video-focused cameras should have almost a beginner mode and then an expert mode which hides and expands the menu system and controls. So you could have a beginner mode where stuff is denoted very clearly and simply in ways that someone who's never shot video before could understand, while they are learning the more technical aspects of capturing moving images. This could even be helpful for a more experienced shooter who just wants the camera to do the heavy lifting while they are shooting so they can focus on other things happening around them. Then of course an expert mode, which is a more traditional video camera system for people looking for full control and the best image potential possible. Imagine you've just got into filmmaking or content creation and you look at a menu system like the one in a Canon Cinema EOS camera or the new FX5. I like both of these menus personally, but they'll be very daunting for new people using them. So I'm going to class this section as dual acquisition, and I think there are 2 features here that I would love to see. One is the capture of both 16:9 and 9:16 video rushes at the same time. This is technically possible on the Canon C50, but it limits the 9:16 clip to 1080p, and weirdly it doesn't use the full height of the 3x2 sensor, which means you aren't taking advantage of the extra height you can capture in 3x2 open gate with the C50. Being able to monitor the 3x2 image with overlays for both aspect ratios and then recording both using the full height would be awesome, and I think would be very helpful for loads of shooters. The other idea I have for dual acquisition is capturing both video and stills at the same time. With so many people capturing both on different productions now, I would love to see hybrid cameras add the ability to capture uncompromised raw images while capturing video. I think this could be really helpful for people who are capturing things that potentially only happen once. I'd love to see more lower resolution cameras. The obsession of higher and higher resolution cameras is great for some productions, but for most, 4K is enough. I really hope we see more lower resolution cameras in the future with sensors being designed for video specifically, like the Alexa Mini, Blackmagic's OG Pocket, and even the FX3, which have lower resolution but beloved images in their class. And with so much media being delivered on social channels now, a low resolution may not be a deal breaker. It could even be cool to see a 2K camera that is tailored for more video-centric capture, with higher dynamic range, faster readout speeds, a tuned sensor and ORPF for video capture, and of course, higher frame rates, at a good price as well. I was actually a bit worried Sony's follow-up to the FX3 was going to be a higher resolution camera, but thankfully I think 5K is a great resolution for full-frame video-focused cameras like the FX5. Until the FX5 was announced, we haven't really had many cameras push what people expect to see when it comes to high frame rates in video cameras. We've seen some cameras over the years, like plenty of Red's cameras, and Sony's FS700, F55 and FS5, which all offered really unique slow motion shooting options. However, like I say, until the FX5 announcement recently, we haven't really had a camera offer a step up for a while. It's going to be great to see the FX5 being able to capture 5K 120p open gate and 4K 240p with the firmware promised for next year. But I would love to see even more cameras pushing above 240 frames per second, even if it is lower in resolution. I think Red currently has some of the best looking higher frame rate footage available, so I would love to see some of their magic come over to the Nikon systems. Anyway, these are just some of my ideas. Go check out the Film Guys video if you want to hear what the other fantastic creators in this space think, and let me know what kind of creative ideas would you love to see in cameras. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.